Hey guys, thanks for tuning into this episode of The Cliff. If you like what we're doing here, you can follow us on any of our social media pages. They are all at The Cliff Podcast. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Our full Facebook name is The Cliff with Jared and Dante, but at The Cliff Podcast is still a username that you can find us on there. If you like what we're doing here, you can also support us by clicking the Support This Podcast button on Anchor and donating as little as 99 cents a month to help us keep this thing going. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy this episode.
You're late.
What?
You're late.
I'm late.
You're late.
I was actually on our Instagram to make a video saying that we're making a midweek, but fuck that, I guess.
Yeah. You know what's going to be really fun is I send out a snap to like all of my streaks and anybody that I think might give a shit. Whenever, like every Saturday once the episodes come out, I like take a screenshot of like the Spotify usually and like put all of the three like main links, and I'm like, you know, like check it out if you want, like blah blah blah. But it's gotten to a point where I'm self-aware of the fact that like people know every Saturday to expect this. I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
And so like last week I was like, I know what you're thinking. Oh, here's Jared with his fucking podcast plug, and my friend Carson was like, you know, I saw that you had messaged me and immediately thought this is probably about the podcast. But she listens, so like it wasn't like an annoyed thing. It was
Gotcha.
it's the weekly podcast plug. For other people, I'm sure that it's an annoyed thing. But I send it every fucking week anyway, because maybe eventually it'll convince people.
Maybe someone will be like, hey, let's check it out.
Yeah, like, you know what? He keeps fucking talking about it. Maybe if I just listen one time, he'll shut the fuck up. Maybe.
Little do they know, we won't.
Little do they know, we're doing 2 episodes this week.
Yeah.
I can't wait for
Technically
Wednesday.
3 if you count last week. Saturday to Saturday, we'll have 3.
Yeah.
So, ha!
I can't wait for like, I guess that's probably going to come out on Wednesday. I can't wait for Wednesday when that episode comes out. And I message everybody and they're like, a message from Jared, a chat? Like, that's weird. Like, we usually just do like a streak snap every day. Wait, could it be? And I'm like, surprise, motherfuckers, we doing 2 episodes this week. Get fucked. Like, I can't wait to fucking do that to everyone. But
So do you have anything on your list that we did not cover last?
yeah, I got a couple. So Adobe Flash.
Okay.
I've been like withholding what that actually means.
Yeah,
So-
I assumed it was something.
Sure. So Adobe will stop updating and distributing Flash.
Hold on. Did you get a
I
donut?
got 2 donuts.
One for me?
If you want it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, eating into the mic is gonna be like the wrong thing to do. I
No,
wish
donuts are soft. I'm not eating the cookies for that reason.
I wish that I hadn't started the episode while I was like not done eating yet, because now I feel like I'm not gonna get to finish eating until after the episode. But I made a choice. I'll die on that hill. It's fine. So Adobe Flash is going to essentially cease to exist starting at the end of 2020.
Yes.
Just read this on like I think like a technology Reddit today or a video game Reddit. So they run addictinggames.com, Miniclip, a couple other places too, but those are the main ones I think.
Cool math games.
Cool Math Games I think is and they're gonna cease to exist. They're gonna stop updating it and you're gonna have to like switch to HTML5 and all kinds of shit. I think that means that Addicting Games is probably gonna get shut down. And Miniclip is probably gonna get shut down.
Yeah, I still use Cool Math Games.
Yeah, it's a fun ass website.
But I haven't used Addicting Games or Miniclip in forever.
I have some apps that are Miniclip apps, but like I'll still have those if I, it's not like they won't work anymore. They just wouldn't have any like new shit going on anymore. But yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. It's it's been around for a fucking while, so
Yeah, that's so weird.
they will be canceling it on December 31st, 2020. This goes along with like the fall of Microsoft Paint, like all of
Wait,
these.
December 21st, 2020?
The last day of 2020.
Oh, so we still have a year and a half.
Yeah, sure. But like it's just like it's been announced now that it's happening. All these like empires of like programs are like falling from like our younger days of the internet. Like fucking Microsoft Paint is done now. Club Penguin shut down its servers. Like that was a tough one for me. I was just talking about Club Penguin on Twitter today.
Yeah?
Yeah, because somebody posted a picture of Mancala. And
Uh-huh.
you could play Mancala upstairs in the coffee shop of Club Penguin, and I would fucking tear people up in that fucking game. Like, you couldn't.
Which one was Mancala?
It's that you have all the marbles in the little trays, and you have to get as many in your tray as you can.
I never played that.
No?
No, I always played the, you gotta get the fireball to, like, the coin.
The fireball to the coin.
or like you couldn't hit the fireball.
Where
It
on
was
the
like,
map was that?
It was like it was winter, and it was like the Frozone game, and
It's always winter. It's Club Penguin.
fuck you. No, the game was winter. And it was like a stupid flash game where like there was like a coin or like a box at the end of the round at the level, and you had to like get your thing over. And there was like ice that you could like break through and stuff. Do you not remember that?
I don't think I do.
No, I'll try to pull it up on my phone.
My favorite 2 games on Club Penguin though were probably the pizza game, Undefeated, and I don't know. I really liked the dojo game that they added a little bit later on, but
Yeah.
I also really liked the sledding one. The like, you sled down the
When
hill.
you would race people, yeah, I would kick people's ass.
Exactly. Like it was like that competitive, like I'm gonna fuck you up aspect to it. So that was like, I remember.
Want the smoke?
I remember thinking I was the hottest shit when I became an agent. Like,
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Don't even like. My mom was like, Dante. I was like, don't even fucking look at me right now.
do you know you're talking to a Club Penguin agent?
I was like, don't even look in my direction.
The secret missions were tough.
Yeah.
Like, you have to find the good firewood. It's like, well, okay. And they're like, that one's too soggy. It's like, well, where the fuck is it? It's my first day. I just got my badge.
It's my 3rd day out here, man. I don't know.
I hate that people post that every month. I'm glad that it's happened a little less now.
Oh,
I don't know,
Someone
it's
better
like my
post it
third
on my
day.
birthday.
Yeah.
Someone better post it on my birthday.
What it makes, yeah. I'm sure someone did.
Oh, I'm sure, but I want one of my friends to post it.
Well, what should happen is that someone should post it to you, like, on, like, the 5th. And be like, hey, man, how's the year going? Like, how's your 23rd year going? Shit, I don't know. It's like my 3rd day out here.
Are you counting the 5th, like the 3rd, 4th, 5th?
Yeah.
All right, I was going to say,
Yeah.
Jared?
No. Yeah. 3rd, 4th, 5th. Because, you know, day, like, the 3rd is day 1.
Oh, I know.
Technically.
I will find this game.
Hey, Dante.
Yes.
Like, how does a mansplainer get their water?
How does a mansplainer get their water?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know.
It comes from a well, actually.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Are we cutting the episode now?
Can we end this shit?
Pop Tropica. Do you remember that?
Show it to me.
Pop Tropica.
No. Didn't play that.
I can't believe you.
Mystery of the Map? Is that what it was? Was that what that said?
Technically that was the real logo. But...
I know what Pop Tropica is.
Yeah.
I never played it.
No?
No.
What?
Yeah. I wasn't about that life.
Alright.
I know. Yeah, so Adobe is gonna cease to exist. That's pretty fucking crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. We've been using it for so long.
It's used for everything. But I don't a lot of places use Flash for like animation, like, and it's like people get shit on for using it because it's like really simple and it like doesn't look as good or something.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll lead to like an increase in like cartoon quality. Fuck if I know.
Maybe.
I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, I know little to nothing about that stuff.
No, absolutely.
But I wish I did. It's gonna be weird. I mean, what? It's the end of 2020. By then, who knows what we'll have?
Yeah.
Here it is, Thin Ice.
Yes. Okay.
This was my shit.
Thin Ice. Absolutely.
And every time you went,
that shit was tough.
Yeah, it would melt the ice. You're like, I can't go back, but I made a mistake. Oh,
it was fuck. That was a hard fucking game.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. Were you a believer in the tipping the iceberg myth?
No.
No, you didn't believe that?
No, you damn right I went to the edge of the iceberg. But I was like, this ain't going to. As an agent, I had special info.
Really? They didn't send that in my memos. No.
I was better than you.
Yeah, it's probably true. I really thought for a long time, like, if we could get everyone on here, like, I don't know. I was like, surely if we get every Club Penguin player in a full server to come to the iceberg. So I would be like recruiting. Like I would be like on the iceberg and I'd be like, all right guys, I'll be right back. And I would go to like the town area, be like, everyone come to the iceberg now. And like people would be like, why? I'd be like, why do you think? What is the only thing to do on the fucking iceberg? You tip it. You go to tip it.
What type of Club Penguin player were you?
What do you mean?
I was the asshole that threw snowballs at everybody.
Oh, always. I was also the one that got banned at one point when I was in like 7th grade because this guy, I'm assuming it was a guy penguin, because I think the guys was I don't know, but like it was a penguin. One penguin was like talking to it was like a blue penguin talking like a pink penguin. So I just assumed, and it was like, why don't you come back to my igloo and we'll hang out? And I said, don't, he's gonna rape you. And I got banned for 24 hours. Jeez. And I like, I don't stand by it anymore because I think I was just being a fucking clown. But like when I was like 12 years old, I like posted on Facebook about it because I thought it was funny. But I was also like, I was trying to prevent penguin rape, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, I don't know if I genuinely thought I didn't do anything wrong or if I was just like being stupid. Probably that one.
That's funny. Were you ever a member?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Lucky ass. What was the life like? My mom would kill herself before she paid for that.
I think I asked for a 6-month membership as like a birthday present.
Yeah.
And much like a lot of other things when you're a kid, my mom was like, I don't want to do that because if I do, you'll only use it for like a month and then you won't play it anymore. Mm-hmm. And I was like, do you understand that Club Penguin's my fucking life? I'm an agent. I wouldn't just stop. I wouldn't just give up the badge like that. Like, do you understand?
So you bought like Puffles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I had Puffles on Puffles.
Yeah, I had 2 Puffles because that was all I was allowed.
I had probably 8 Puffles.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we were popping. My igloo was filthy.
Did you have the upstairs igloo?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Dude,
I had
I'm
the
so
upstairs.
jealous of you.
I was the baddest bitch.
I'm not usually jealous of you, man.
I wore the finest threads. I would the threads. I would go out there in my parka and look just fucking filthy out there, like nobody's business.
I left my house once, got jumped by 4 penguins, and went back home.
They stole your little penguin shoes.
They all threw snowballs at me. Told me
so
to go.
No, I was a member for a couple of months, and it was a good life. It was good living. It really was. You know what I forgot that they had, though? They had the hockey rink, and I enjoyed that a lot, too. I really fucking liked going to that hockey rink.
Do you remember the coal mine race?
Yeah. Fuck, that has to have been my favorite game. Let me be honest. That has to have been it.
The coal mine was awesome.
That was the shit.
You were talking about XP and coins?
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. We are nostalgic as hell.
That game was fucking fire. That was...
Duck, tip, jump. Oh.
Don't. Are we going to the left or the right? We're going to the left or the right? Lean left?
Right. Wait, what?
Oh, shit.
The wrong way.
Okay, lean right. Woo!
Wait, I went left.
Ah, my God.
Oh, my God. This is why we can't put dyslexic people in a room together.
Wow. Oof, I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know. I thought the same thing.
Yeah. Oh fuck. What I was gonna talk about something else related to like childhood games. Myths in childhood games. Okay, so like tipping the iceberg. Did you have Webkinz when you were younger? Okay.
I had 14 Webkinz.
Okay, I had 65 fucking Webkinz.
Yeah, okay. I thought I was a little overboard with 14.
Every dollar I ever had went to Webkinz. Every Christmas and birthday present I could ever possibly ask for was like, I want another Webkinz. I was out of control.
What was your favorite?
Oh, man, that's hard to say. I don't even remember a lot of them, but...
I remember I had my 3 homies. I had like 14 of them.
Sure.
But like 11 of them were like there.
Yeah.
I had my 3 homies. I had my lion named Dexter.
Okay.
My elephant named Sonny. And then my bullfrog, my first ever one named Spinelli.
Nice.
Yep.
My first one ever was a chocolate lab.
All right.
And I don't remember the name right now, but his birthday was October 6th. And so I was like, you're my fucking boy.
Yeah.
I had so fucking many. Like, it got to a point where like my grandparents, but you know, like they always show up with gifts when they come to visit when you were younger. And they would roll up like with just like a new Webkinz. But there was once or twice where they like rolled up with one that I already had. I was like, fuck, like I don't know how to tell you this. Like I had so fucking many, but did you ever hear about the myths that were like about the game having like evil, like the doctor was evil and then
no,
this was
the duck, right? The pigeon duck.
The duck, yeah, the duck.
Yeah, no.
There was a couple. So there was like if you went to like the doctor at the wrong time, like they would like kill your fucking Webkinz, and then
I've never heard.
There was also like a Webkinz murderer like myth where it was like if you left your house with the Webkinz in it for too long with like a certain light, I don't know, something like there was a thing. Then you would like come back to like it having been stabbed.
What?
Here it is. So the myth of the bloody Webkinz murders. I literally had to like I literally had to go on Snopes. I was like 8 years old or 9 years old. So, but I literally had to like go on Snopes and like check to see if that shit was real. And then they were like, no, it's not fucking real, you absolute dumb shit. That's the thing about Snopes that makes me really fucking laugh, is that like they're not nice about it if it's a stupid thing. Yeah. If it's like, can my online Webkinz get killed? I'm 7. Snopes is like, you absolute fucking dipshit. In what world would someone put that in my game? You are I don't care if you're you fucking idiot. I hope they do kill them now, but they can't. It's false. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, it's false. And they're like, that's all you got out of that? Fine. Yeah. Fine. Like,
let it be.
Fuck. Let it be. Whatever. Okay. This is from early 2008. There's been a rumor going around since early last year concerning the perhaps too popular Kitty World Webkinz. The story goes that some sort of malware can kill your Webkinz inside the game. The accounts vary, but many seem to come back to an evil version of one of the in-game NPCs coming after your huggable critters with a weapon. While the image of a chainsaw-wielding duck is evocative, Snopes sets things to right. It's completely untrue. Yeah, but that was essentially it. Like, there was some sort of, like, virus in the game that could, like... Yeah, Dr. Quack. That, like, Dr. Quack would, like, fucking kill your Webkinz.
I always had a bad feeling about her.
You know?
She always looked weird.
You just look like you're gonna fucking kill my Webkinz, you know? Whew. Dr. Quack. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at this fucking motherfucker and tell me he's not gonna stab all
That's not the one I was thinking about.
Oh, you're thinking about... I know who you're thinking about.
Like the female host.
I know exactly who you're thinking about. And I think that there was one about her doing it too.
I don't think I ever went to the doctor.
I had to a couple of times. Bless you.
Thank you.
I had to do it a couple of times because I would like leave for like a couple of weeks and then like come back and my Webkinz would be sick. Be like, uh-oh, their nose is dry. And I'd be like, huh? I'm 8. You'd be like, take it to the fucking doctor.
Pour water on it. Drown them.
Put it in some rice. Like, I don't fucking know. Yeah, no, those game rumors, when you're like that young, I think about that a lot now with like when the Momo challenge happened and shit like that.
The Momo challenge.
That was like recent.
What was that one?
That was like YouTube videos that like were like aimed at little kids and they had like that really fucking weird face.
Yes. And then like
it was supposed to like come and kill you in your sleep. Like, you know, like you look
I'm
at that.
Still waiting on it.
Yeah, like fucking please, can we hurry it up?
Jeez, let's wrap this shit up.
It's not gonna be long before they start asking me to pay my student loans. Can you get on this shit?
I'm gonna need Momo to
get over here. Fuck, you are late. Fuck. Like, you know, like you look back at like the stuff from like the Club Penguin, like tipping the iceberg and like whatever else, and you're like, there's no way that like that was like if I was an adult, like I would have been like, yeah, that's fucking false. Like, you know, and you want to believe that as a kid you should have known better too. Mm-hmm. But then like, you know, and you see the Momo challenge and you're like, how do these kids not know? Yeah. But then you like think about like, oh yeah, I thought that Dr. Quack was gonna fucking stab my Webkinz with a.
I always thought that if I didn't play with my Nintendogs, they would starve to death.
Yeah. Yeah,
stuff like that. But like,
well, there was the rumor about like your Webkinz would die too, like if you didn't feed them or whatever. Yeah. But that wasn't true.
I wonder if I can still log into my account
on Webkinz.
Yeah. Do you think there's like a?
I know there used to be a rule where it was like if you didn't
log in,
play for like 30 days, they like froze your account. But I don't know if that.
I'm gonna check.
I would never know my login. That's the other problem.
I had the same password for everything when I was a kid, so I remember it.
Actually, I wonder if I do too. No, okay, I don't have the same...
Don't get us started on Webkinz because me and you will be on it all...
I will literally spend the next 3 weeks playing Webkinz.
I was undefeated in checkers.
They had some really good games on Webkinz too. They had some really good games. They did. I'm gonna see if I can log in. And I think that I just might...
Can you play it on your phone?
I'm gonna try. There's an app.
Yo!
There's a Webkinz app.
Let's go.
I'm downloading it. Let's fucking see what happens.
Yeah, so I fucked up when I made my username. Because, they were like, they were like, username. I was like, I want it to be named Spinelli. So I put Spinelli. And then the next page was pet's name. I go, Spinelli.
Shit.
So. But, anyway, you used Omegle.
Yeah.
When you were like, I mean, I guess we still do like to fuck around sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are those nights when you're like, God, you know what would be fucking crazy is if we pretended like we were 13 again and went on Omegle to see how many dicks we find.
Yep. And Sydney and Cassie went on, and there was that monster hammer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. That guy
when we
was
were at my
packing.
apartment, right?
Yeah.
We were like, wow, you are gigantic.
Yeah, you turned around, and they... Both the girls went, oh my God, and then you turned around, and I go, what? And you said, that was a big dick. That was a big dick.
I was like, that was fucking huge.
That was a gigantic dick.
That dude was coming with a vengeance.
Yeah, he had... Yeah.
A genuine meat cleaver.
Yeah.
Like that was fucking
He
wild.
was on the other side of his room just to fit it in into the screen.
Just wow.
Yeah, it was good for him.
You know, like,
But-
I can't even be mad.
But I remember that we turned around and said, that was a big dick.
That was a
That was
big
a
dick.
big one. But anyway, I was thinking about back when like you used to like try to like sext.
Yeah.
Like Omegle strangers, because you know as a 14-year-old kid you're like, dude,
This is the way.
this is the way.
Sure.
And like they would just send you links. I'm gonna turn this off, but they would just send you links to porn sites and be like, that's me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
Now, I never believed those.
No,
Because they're very obvious bots. Like, they're very...
no, I never got sent the video because like every time you click on the video, they're like, "Where's your credit card?" And I was like, "I'm not."
You'd be like, "I don't have a credit card." Yeah.
But there was like some where they would like send you like a picture file, and you'd be like, "Huh, okay." But I remember, man, I don't know if I should say this.
You got to do it now. Fuck.
I remember when I was like 14, and I was like trying my best to dirty talk at 14, and I was like, I want to lick your boobs, and I was like trying my absolute hardest.
Is that not what you do?
I do now, but like now, like there's words for it, you know, like suckle your teat is so much better.
I want to suckle your teat.
But anyway, so like I remember this girl asked me, she was like, "So how big are you?" And at 14, I'm like, okay, so what's like? I'm like, she knows my age. I was like, so what's like a size that like makes sense for my age, but isn't too big, but isn't too small, so she'll laugh. So I'm like doing the math in my head. So I was like, I think honesty is the best answer, or like the closest thing to it.
Sure.
So my go-to line was, I'm 5.5 inches, but I'm growing up, so I'm still growing. That was
wow.
That was my go-to. That was
not how you.
I thought that was going to make her be like, well, let's see it. But no, they just laughed at me.
Listen, like, own the 5.5 inches.
Obviously that was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
No longer. But
like, there's no problem with 5.5 inches. But like, the whole like, I'm growing.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm 5.5 inches, but I'm still growing. I thought they would be like, well, that's really nice. I literally had one girl send me LOL. And I was like,
yeah,
no.
well, like, because it's like, yeah, ha ha ha. Do you need me to help you eat your greens so you get a big boy penis one day? It's like, well, now I feel bad.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad. I've still never measured my dick. That's something I've never done.
Me either. And
I know that's like a thing that dudes do.
Apparently, but I've never done it.
Never done it. I've like compared it to shit before, but I've never then like looked at the length of that object to like see what I'm doing. Like I've just been like, okay, well now I know that like it's like that much. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, well, if someone asks, like I can like give them like,
yeah, I can be like,
have you ever seen point to an object?
Have you ever seen like one of those? And they're like, yeah, I'm looking at it. It's like it's like that.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, that's really small. It's like, yeah, well.
Yeah. But you've handled a water bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing like that.
No, it's absolutely like
you know the neck,
yeah,
the neck of the water bottle,
where
you can just kind of like really with like two fingers like wrap entirely around it. Yeah, it's like that length.
That's me. No, but I don't know why that hit me the other day, and I was like, honesty, I should not have been honest. I should have just been. My highlight Omegle time was when I was like acting like a girl.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so fucking
when you
funny.
were trying to catfish people, and I'd be like, I'm 20, or they were like ASL, and I was like 20 female USA.
Yeah.
And they were like, ooh, I'm 20.
They would start begging you immediately.
And I was like, big dick, And he was like, gets the job done. I go, good, use it to fuck your mother. And I left.
No, so there's this thing that I used to do on Kick, which is an old ass fucking thing to say.
I downloaded Kick the other day, literally just to see if I had any messages from all the people I used to talk to.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
It said, hey. I was
Same.
like, fuck.
No, I just uninstalled it a few days ago because
Yeah.
I was like making room on my phone, and I was like, well, the only person I talked to on this was Dante, so and we don't do that anymore. So like we can but there's like a thing on it. It was kind of like an Omegle style service where you would get paired. You had like a certain amount of like credits you can use at a time, and so you could only have like 3 chats going at once, and you could only go to like 15 chats per day, and then you had to like watch a video to get more or something. But I never did that because it wasn't that deep.
Yeah.
But like it would like pair you up with someone randomly. It would be anonymous, and they would give you like an icebreaker topic, and you would have like 15 minutes to talk. And if you like the conversation, you can add each other as friends, and then continue. And if not, then it just ends and you move on.
Huh.
So
I must have stopped before that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know how long ago this was. But so I would go on there if I was like super fucking bored, and I would like, everybody treats it like Omegle. So it would be like as soon as the chat opened up, they'd be like ASL or like 23M, like whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so annoying. Like we're not like this is not how you talk to people.
Yeah.
Like I'm just so I would like challenge them
What?
instead. What?
You have to pay monthly now.
No fucking kidding.
To
For
play.
Webkinz?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
What?
That's annoying as shit. They must not be selling Webkinz anymore. Like they must just not be they must not have a turnaround like that.
I mean, 1 month is $1, so it's like not,
okay.
But like for a whole year, it's like $45.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I used to put, so that's why my account's not working. I haven't paid in
sense.
years.
I never fucking paid.
No.
So I would do that, but they'd be like 23M, but the icebreaker would be like chocolate or vanilla, and I'd be like, personally, I think I'm a chocolate guy, but like, there are certain things that I think vanilla is better for, and they'd be like, fuck you, whore, like, fuck you, man, like, kill yourself, and I'd be like, do you hear yourself right now?
God, over ice cream?
Yeah, right. If I messaged them first, it would be like, who's one person you want to meet? And I'd be like, fucking Morgan Freeman. I don't know, like whatever I say. And they'd be like, what? And I'd be like, did you read the icebreaker prompt? And they'd be like, huh? I'd be like, the icebreaker prompt. And they'd be like, ASL. I'm like, we're having a great talk.
Yeah.
And then so that was like obvious. It's like obviously I'm a dude and we're not getting anywhere. So like whatever. But then there would be times where they would like be like, I would let them pretty much determine it. It would be like 22M, and I'd be like, cool, man. And they'd be like, what about you? I'd be like, does it matter? They'd be like, well, yeah. I'm like, why? They're like, well, because if you're a girl,
We can sext automatically.
yeah, we can sext automatically. And I'd be like, we can what? They'd be like, we can like talk. I'd be like, we can't talk if I'm a dude. They're like, so you're a dude. I'd be like, I didn't say that. They'd be like, okay, so ASL. I'm like, fine, 20F. Like where? Like USA. Like,
Yeah.
Really? So then like I'd spend the whole 15 minutes like they'd be like, I'm from the West Coast. I'd be like, oh, I'm on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what's your name? Can't tell you that. They'd be like, why not? I'm like, why would I fucking tell you that? Like you were mean to me earlier. Like you just wanted to sex me. Like you still just want to sex me. They'd be like, no. Like I like you're interesting. I want to get to know you. I'm like, oh, okay. We get to like 3 minutes left, and they'd be like, I added you by the way. I'm like,
Yes.
right. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
But I would never add them back because like the last thing I need is like someone like doxing me or some shit. So I was like, but I would like sit there. They'd be like, I added you by the way, and I'd be like, oh yeah, cool. And they'd be like, are you gonna add me back? And I'd be like, I don't know. They'd be like, oh come on. I'm like, listen, do you want to know my real name? They're like, yes, please, 20F USA, please tell me your name. Be like, all right, my name's Tiffany. They're like, Tiffany. Ooh. Or like whatever. Or
The way Tiffany rolled off my tongue.
Or a lot of times I would just be like, I'm Jay.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, Jay, what is that short for? I'd be like, I'm giving you a letter. Can you fucking stop being greedy? It's short for Jared and I'm a boy. And then like I would like let it get to like 10 seconds left and I'd be like, all right, you want me to add you back? They'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, all right, well, I'm a dude. And then I'd let the time expire. So they couldn't respond. It was so fun. I had this dude rolling once. Like, it was like one of the last times that I remember doing it. It was like this dude that was like, I hope it doesn't like turn you off that I'm like in my 40s. And I was like, oh, I don't care. Like, I'm just like a free spirit.
I love how this is all over text, but the voice is like, I'm a girl. Right
Oh, it
now.
shows. Yeah, like I'm in character. It's like, oh, I'm like a free spirit. It doesn't really bother me. Haha. He'd be like, oh, cool. Yeah. So you're like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Florida. I'd be like, oh, maybe you could fly out here. And like, I'd be like,
Yeah, I know enough about you.
I'm like, what? Like, we don't even know each other's names yet. And they'd be like, oh, I'm Michael. I'm Michael. I'm like, cool. I'm not telling you shit. Like,
I'm Jay.
just clowning men all the time.
God. We are a pathetic group of people.
No, you know, it's embarrassing, but that's why I have so much fun with it. Because, like, the best is when, like, I never tell them whether I'm a boy or a girl. It just kind of eventually becomes obvious. But the men that are, like, truly douchebags, who, like, because some dudes just want to get their rocks off, and I can respect it. You're never going to get it the way that you're trying to. No. But, like, you know.
You'll never find a girl who's on kick trying to
like, no.
Because I guarantee any girl...
All of those are sausage fests.
Yeah.
Omegle, sausage fest.
Yeah.
Kick chat, any of those, all dudes. You're never going to
Go
find...
on Omegle for 15 minutes and take a shot every time you see a dick.
Yeah. No, well, take a shot every time you see a girl, and you'll probably never take a shot.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what it is you will, like, but so, like, it's really fun. It was really fun when they, like, would, like, just get angry. So, like, they'd be like, ASL, and I'd be like, fuck you. Like, I'm not gonna tell you that. And they'd be like, oh, fuck you, man, you're a fucking cunt, you're probably some ugly-ass dude, you fucking little gay boy, like, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, let me ask you something, man. When's the last time you came on here and actually had a girl send you anything or do anything with you? Or actually, when's the last time you spoke to a girl through this? To an actual girl where you added her, she added you back, and you were like, oh, this is a girl, I'm talking to a girl. When was the last time? Like, man, fuck you, I get more pussy than you. And I'd be like, that's why you're trying to get nudes on Kick Chat. On an anonymous Kick Chat. Like, I see. Yeah. Like, man, fuck you. And then, like, sometimes I would just, like, argue back and forth with them, like, call them pigs, and then, like, whatever. Sometimes I would, like, get them riled up, and then be like, dude, do you hear yourself? You can't talk to a lady like that. Like, if you're talking to me like that, you're going to talk to them like that. And be like, oh, shit, you're right. Like, get them, like, a change of heart going. Yeah. Like, yeah, man, like, listen, I'm just trying to help you out. I know I'm coming on a little strong here by, like, telling you that, like, what you're doing is stupid. But, like, if you want this to work, you have to be respectful. You have to start a conversation. Start life coaching them.
Relationship advice.
Start really letting them know.
Women love this stuff. Trust me.
Women on anonymous Kick Chats love when you woo them. Like, it was so much fun. I really had the time of my life with that because there was no boring result. It was either like I just clown dudes or they tried to shit on me and I got to sit there and laugh while they were like pissed. Like, with, like, dick in one hand, phone in the other. Like, you...
Trying to.
You worthless fuck. How fucking dare you not be a woman with beautiful breasts?
You awful...
And then he reads the word beautiful breasts, and he's like, beautiful breasts. And he stops typing. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm like... It only took 1 or 2 times of me, like, going on Omegle or, like, Kick to be like, this isn't working. This will never work.
It's something that you think of when you are 12 years old.
Yeah.
And you're like... There are people everywhere, and maybe there are people here that will do things for me that other girls won't because we're 12.
Yeah, I'm 12.
Like,
knock on my neighbor's door, be like, "Can you do what I saw in the movies?"
Like, and there's also like the absolute like just the thought, you know, that you have to have a 12-year-old's brain to be 12 and be like, if I run into like a huge titty 20-year-old blonde woman, she'll totally show me her tits. Like, you have to be...
It's just polite. I have to ask her nicely.
If I ask her nicely, she'll do it as, like, a favor to me. like, you have to be... You have to have a child's brain.
Oh, you have to have no life experience to know that's not
You have to be the genuinely most sheltered person.
No, easy.
From the world. Like, not where your parents are like, wear your helmet. Like... Where, like, you just are blind to everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's embarrassing watching, like, grown dudes doing that shit. Like, I almost even feel that way about dating apps. Like...
Yeah, some work, and some are just, like... I still don't understand the point of Tinder besides, like...
There's a very clear distinction between, like, I feel like most dudes go on Tinder because they want to fuck.
Yeah,
but then a lot of girls go on
Tinder are there so they could fuck.
Well, no, I was gonna say a lot of girls that I know that go on Tinder are there to try to go on dates and find a dude they want to be with, it's kind of split down the middle.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a lot more split down the middle than
like eHarmony.
Well, then dudes, where it's decisively like probably 90% of the dudes on Tinder are there mostly to fuck.
Yeah.
And if something comes out of it, then like okay, but
That's
like
a bonus.
I'm mostly here to fuck.
Yeah.
Like that's what I've gathered about those dating apps. So like there's this disconnect where like neither of you are getting what you want, and I think you're all going in knowing that. Mm-hmm. Every dude is going in there knowing, like, okay, I'm going to have to exploit a girl's feelings to get her to fuck me.
For, like 3 hours.
And there's a good chance that, like, most of them are going to say no anyway. You know?
Yeah.
And then the girls are going on and being like, I really hope that I find a good dude on here who wants to, like, you know, court me and, like, be a Christian with me and take me on a date. And like, let's build a relationship.
And the same guy's like, I can do that. I will do that.
I'll do that. I'll do it.
Do
Please show me your tits. I'll do it.
Halfway through eating his meal, he goes, if I don't see boobs in about 30 minutes,
you're paying for this meal.
Yeah.
Like, you've wasted my time.
Yeah. Like,
there's just like, you know, and like, that's not to say that there aren't some relationships that do end up working out of like Tinder or any of those.
No, not at all.
But like, there's just this, it's just really odd that just the difference in like, you know, like there are these people obviously looking to do something and there are these people obviously looking to do something different. Y'all both know that about each other and you're still coming together and the dudes are still expecting girls that are going to just be willing to fuck. And a lot of the girls are still just like, maybe this will be the one that doesn't just want to fuck.
He's different.
It's like, no, he's not. He's not. He's got a fish on a hook in his profile picture. He's not.
He's not different.
He's the same as everybody else. You dated 3 fish guys in the last 6 months. They are all the same.
That's the one quality in a girl I would never be able to date.
Fish girl?
No, I'm not fishing. Hunters. I can't date a hunter.
No. Fuck no.
No.
Well, there's something inherently about hunters that says something else about you that means that I won't like you anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about that shows your values that means I'm probably not going to get along with you, usually.
But to me, the willing to kill an animal for no reason is a bigger problem for me.
Yeah, because, like, especially hunters for sport, where it's not like, oh, we're doing this to eat because we have to eat all
like Joe Rogan, venison. He hunts for his food. Like, half the meat that he gets, if it's not, like, sent from one of his sponsors,
sure,
he hunts it.
Huh.
So, but like other people just are like, that's why I don't buy Jimmy John's.
Okay.
Because he goes to Africa and he kills like giraffes and elephants and rhinos, like for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
He just like is a trophy hunter.
The guy who runs Jimmy John's?
Yeah.
Oh,
guy
fuck.
That's why I never eat at Jimmy John's.
Wow.
And he owns a couple other places that I won't go to.
Damn. Did not know that.
Yeah. That's my one weird thing. Like I'm very rarely do I boycott places.
Sure.
Because like, what? Like that thing that came out. No, it wasn't even a thing that came out. I think only you would understand this. Like I was like boycotting Nike because like Tom Segura was like,
oh, because of the Tom Segura stuff. So I guess you should provide a little bit of context because of the Colin Kaepernick Nike boycotts.
Well, I was going to go into that.
Okay,
like, I was going to boycott Nike because my favorite comedian in his like last special was like, he's like, you like these shoes? He's like, nice shoes, Tom. Thanks. And he like goes on a whole spiel about how Nike like reached out to him and was like, hey, we'll sponsor you and blah blah blah, and then they never reached out to him or like
they like went back on it.
Yeah, it was like they went back on it. It was a whole problem. So he goes, so I bought these Adidas. He goes, fuck Nike. And like so from that point on I was like, I hate Nike.
Yeah.
And then Nike literally like 2 months later was like, we are fully behind Serena Williams and Colin Kaepernick. I'm like, you know what, I'm back.
We're back, Tom. Buy some Nikes.
Yeah. So certain stuff like that happens, like boycotting, like me boycotting something is a very short-lived moment because half the time I'm boycotting a company, they always turn it around and do something right. But Jimmy John's is the only real company I've stuck to.
Not that it's hard because of you know, my dietary restriction, but I have like fully signed off on never going to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Again, like that's pretty fucking easy for me because I can't eat any of their chicken anyway because it's all cooked in peanut oil. But like,
which is so weird because Sydney can eat Chick-fil-A and she's also allergic to peanuts.
I guess it's just a different.
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
I don't know because that confuses me too. But yeah, some people I know that have peanut allergies can't eat there, and some people I know can. So it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
But like I can still eat their fries, but I don't. I could like I used to like their lemonade. I don't go there for that. You know, like I just like that's one where I was like, yeah, you guys like this is not just like a. Like, y'all are pretty fucking backwards for this. So, like, for me, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and like, you know, I don't really have a reason to go there anyway. You know, like I can get lemonade and French fries other places, so I'm just gonna go ahead and. It's not even. It's like a soft boycott where it's like it's not really making a difference in my life. I was never going to Chick-fil-A anyway, but now I'm just definitely not going to. Yeah. That's what that kind of became for me. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't really usually do that either because I think it's just. I mean, unfortunately, the world and
it's
all
harder than it seems.
Yeah, because the world and all its businesses and corporations and restaurants are run by sick fucks.
Yeah, no. Somebody also was like, "We're boycotting this," and then someone posted a picture underneath it, and they said, "Well, you might as well boycott these because they own it too." And it was like 40 different. And I was like, "How can I boycott all of those and remember which ones to boycott?"
You know, I was talking about like restaurants in Atlanta that I like during stage makeup one day. And Alan like lives in downtown. Yeah. So we were.
Is Alan the bald guy or is he the
bald
Asian
guy? Bald Asian guy.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all fucking bald. All the dudes are. Yeah. So, but no, and I was talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I think my favorite pizza spot is Goodfellas. Like I go there all the time. Yeah. And Alan was like, they're run by a racist, and I was like, what? He was like, yeah, it's like a Trump supporter dude, and I was like, oh man, fuck me. Like,
not all Trump supporters are racist.
I think that it was like, I think he knew more than just that.
But he probably knew, yeah.
I think that he knew more than just that about the guy. But I was like, man, fucking, can we just have one thing that's not run by a douchebag? Yeah. And I didn't do enough of my own research to ever find out. So I still go there from time to time. Like, I go other places now because I just can't constantly eat Goodfellas every time I'm over there.
It's just not good for you.
Yeah. But, like, it's still like, probably my favorite pizza spot in the city.
Oh, it's so good.
And I was like, I've never... I was like, everybody that works in there is super chill. Like, 95% of the time.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just,
How true? I mean, this capitalism might overtake the fact that he's racist because, like, a lot of the people who work there are people of color.
Right. And so I think that's where I think there's a conversation to be had with the world that we're living in right now where we have to start considering business practices not at the top, but more like what's going on at like your local store for whatever place we're talking about. Because like Chick-fil-A, that's, they're giving money to like anti-LGBT organizations constantly. And so that's okay. Like you're over the top and you are actively putting money into this. And then like, there's just this weird, and like, I know people who have been turned away because they're gay. Like where like they like people that work there won't serve them. And Cassie has a friend, or not a friend anymore, or they don't talk anymore, but she knows a girl from like high school whose name is Isis. And she's this black girl, and like people at Chick-fil-A turn her away. Partially because of her name, and I don't know if it's partially because of her race too, but in Warner Robins, I wouldn't put it past them to have it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's geographic.
Yeah, but like they're like I know people like more around here who have been turned around from Chick-fil-A.
Really?
Yeah, where people have like if it's somebody that like is like if they like go to school together and they know the person, they'll fucking turn them away. I know people who have had it happen to them locally. Oh. So like that's where I'm like, okay, this is not just like their corporate douchebag being a corporate douchebag like who's 75 years old and doesn't understand the changing of the times. This is a lot of people everywhere that work at these places, and maybe that has something to do with the whole like, oh, like I want to work at Chick-fil-A because my Southern Christian values, like that sort of deal. So that's where Chick-fil-A to me is one where I can't look past it. Like I think I saw something that was like Wendy's is apparently their owner is like an asshole too. And I was like, yeah, but I've never like met a shitty person at a Wendy's. You know what I mean? Like my local Wendy's is full of like nice people that I enjoy like doing business with, because after going to a place for so many like times, like you start knowing those people. Yeah. So especially like at the places in Carrollton, like the Cookout, the Wendy's, the places that I'm at all the time, like I don't know what their like upper people are doing, but I know that the people that are just working hard and trying to like make their money locally are fucking cool people. Yeah. So like at that point I'm like, I think that I can just ignore it until it gets to a point where it's actually like, dangerous.
It's
or
also
whatever.
hard to just boycott anything, especially because most of the CEOs and owners are older white men.
Yeah.
So like that's just their beliefs. That's what
Right.
they grew up on, so they're not going to let go of it. So it's harder now just because like if you were to not go somewhere or like not give money to somewhere, you're going to give money to like 4 different places. Like it's like,
and then it's also a big part of like, a lot of us are raised on these things. We're raised on fast food, and we're raised eating these places, and we get like this connection to them, and we become like fond and familiar of the taste, and like, so like that's part of why I can't give up fast food, because I've literally been eating it my whole life, and like it's just become a part of my life. And so it's like, how do I just give that up just because like I don't like something that's going on that truthfully doesn't affect me, and not in like a privileged white guy way, but in like this is just a corporate guy who's clearly got some shitty opinions, but he's not attacking anyone.
yeah.
And, like he's just got shitty opinions. So why would I make this local business shut down? Like why would I want no one to go there to a point where my friends and my like local people are losing their jobs over something that has really nothing to do with any of us.
Yeah.
So that's where it gets difficult for me. But again, Chick-fil-A is one where I can easily be like, fuck you, go fuck yourself. I know that there are some people who are like, their chicken's too good, I can't stop. It's like, yeah, well, you should consider. You should consider, because there's honestly better places. There's better places. Zaxby's is better. I don't even like Zaxby's. Zaxby's is better.
I love Zaxby's. But I'm starting to eat less and less fast food now, hopefully.
I'm going to try to do the same. I'm going to try to do the same.
Yeah, watch the next... Is this the midweek?
No, this is going to be the weekend one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be the
I
Saturday.
thought this one would make more sense to be the midweek.
Nah, I think we'll do this one on Saturday, just because I kind of already talked like the other one was the Wednesday one.
All right.
So, yeah, so I couldn't sleep last night. This is, I think, the last thing that I have.
Which is why I thought this one was going to be the midweek.
So, it doesn't matter. So, I couldn't sleep last night, which was Sunday night. I couldn't sleep last night. I wasn't really doing anything important, like, beforehand, but I, finally, when I finally started to, lay down to go to sleep, I was laying there, and, anytime that I, closed my eyes and felt like I was about to fall asleep, I started having, these, I guess they're daydreams. It was, I was awake, but, I was, seeing myself getting into a really shitty car accident, over and over again. I kept watching myself rear-end a car or get rear-ended by a car.
Was it the veteran?
No. No. I don't remember what any of the cars... It was, different every time, but it happened, 6 or 7 different times. It was to a point where it was, making me panic a little bit, where I was like, I can't sleep, and... So now I'm going to be tired, which is going to make this more likely tomorrow. Yeah. I was really freaking out on my drive there and back today, because that's just that's never really happened to me before. I've had one dream that involved a car accident, and it was the Bad Lemons era.
Oh god.
And I had a dream that I was backing out of my driveway back when I used to put my old car in the garage. And I was backing out, and then I couldn't get the brakes to work, and so it just kept reversing and eventually rolled down the hill on the side of our house, and I couldn't get it to stop, and I was freaking out. That and I told my mom about that one, and she was like, "Well, that sort of thing usually is a symbol for you feel like your life is something in your life is spiraling out of control, and you can't get it to stop." And she was like, "Was anybody in the car with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, Sarah was." And then, a few weeks later, the whole friend group started disintegrating. Yeah. So I was like, oh, fuck. So that was weird. So for this one, but this one wasn't the car is not working. This was just a straight up, I rear-ended.
Yeah, you just hit somebody.
Fuck out of somebody. Smashed them. And then, I actually, on my way to work today, saw a 4 or 5 car. I didn't see the pileup itself, but I saw the aftermath over in the median on the far right. And the cop was there, and, a couple of those cars were busted. And I was like, fuck. This is too much for me. I can't do this shit. It was, yeah. So that was my weird night.
I was doing that on the way here. That's off the mic topics though. But it was just, yeah, I was having these visions too, and I was like, why? I was like, why? I was like, I hate weird daydreams.
Well, and I hate that and I know that I'm not the only one because I've seen people talk about it on Twitter, but those moments where like where you're like sitting there and you're like, I could drive this car into a wall right now. Mm-hmm. Like, what would happen if I just drove into a tree? Yeah. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Like, chill out. Like, there's no reason to be thinking like that. And it just happens anyway.
Oh, yeah. It happens all the time.
It's really strange. And, like, I'll even have this might be too fucking much. Somebody's going to be like, you need help. But, like, I'll have moments where I'll be like, I could just punch the shit out of somebody right now.
Oh, I was going in a different direction with what I do.
Yeah?
But, yeah, I think what I'm going to say is too much, so we'll...
Oh, I mean, it's probably... that one, too, if it's what I think it is. I'll just say it. Fuck it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that might be a little too much.
Yeah, probably.
So, we'll just keep that one out.
This is one of those moments where it's a good thing we don't have a camera.
Yeah.
No, like, there's just weird shit like that all the time where I'll be like, I could just stand up and start screaming right now.
Yeah, like if I act like a maniac, people are going to be so stunned in the moment that I could probably punch somebody at least 4 or 5 times before
anybody
someone like
me.
reacts.
I could like flip this table over and start throwing shit across the room before anybody like said anything about it.
Yeah,
to me.
before someone like clicks in the moment.
It's so weird because it's not like I actually want to do those things. It's like this. I could probably do that right now, and it's such a strange thought.
I think I get. This is also going to sound really... It's not too much because it's not something I would ever do or ever think about doing. But, like, I always think when I'm in a room, I'm like, all right, if either I was in the room and a mass shooter came in or I was the mass shooter, I'm, like, always, like, looking at exits. I go, all right, so if I'm in the room... and he comes through there, I can go out there.
Yeah.
I can flip this table. I can go that way. Or if I'm the mass shooter, I'm like, all right, people are going to be running there and there. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I think it's just because the news and all the stories that that we read every day and subconsciously just like register
into our brains.
Yeah, we can just like the punching in the face thing. Like, it's like so normal now for people to go fucking crazy in public.
And just beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, so I think... It's just like stories that we read in news that is just etched into our brains now, where we're like, we can do, like, I can do that. If he could do that, I could do that.
I have a lot of moments where I like have a thought of like, I could say this to this person right now, and like, what are they gonna fucking say about it? Like, somebody would be talking to me, like, just for example, like this girl, I was talking to one of these other interns at Horizon when I was working this after party last week, and she was like, saying something to me. Oh, we were talking about like how I'm getting a BA and she's getting a BFA at Howard in DC. She rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't really get along with her. And I was sitting there and I was listening to her talk and she was just talking like she was talking down to me. And I was like, God, what would she do if I just stopped her right now and was like, you're not better than me, right? You fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I've never been the person to like say that type of shit to people.
No.
Like, unless it's entirely 1000% warranted. Mm-hmm. Like, so the fact that I'm like I have those thoughts is like, I think that's one of those things. It's just like you see it and you hear it all the time, everywhere, media,
and all of it. I have the ability to do it, but I never take advantage of it.
Like other people do it. Like it's clearly in our capacity to do it. It's a matter of not doing it. And again, it's not like I have like the desire to either. It's more like, people do this kind of thing, and I could right now. I could be one of those people right now.
I mean, going back to the mass shooting, I'm always looking at exits now.
Yeah. I'm
always, like, looking for cover or exits. When me and Sydney go sit down at, like, a restaurant, I'm always facing the door. Like, I'm like, because you never fucking know anymore.
Not so much, like, restaurants and smaller gathering places like that, but any bigger group that I go and be a part of, I'm constantly freaked.
That's another reason why I'm like sort of turned away by going to concerts now. Like, I know the masquerades start patting down people.
Yeah, they're doing a lot better.
You can only do so much. Like, if a guy with a gun wants to go kill people, he's not gonna stop and let you pat him down. He's gonna shoot you and then continue to move.
Yeah. Like, but I think that they are doing a good thing with the checkpoint where
at least they're checking.
Yeah, and if somebody tries to just walk through it, like they're gonna stop you, and like if they try to, and they have multiple people there. There's usually an Atlanta police officer there. Yeah. Like, there are things happening that could probably prevent. And
there's lines of defense.
And I also
like where a movie theater or like a random concert.
Yeah. And I also like how quickly they took action on that with the masquerade, where like it was within like 24 hours. Like it was like a Sunday night, like that guy got shot at that rap show, and then the next day they were patting people down. So I thought that was like a very good, quick reaction.
Yeah. But it just, the way that we live nowadays, I'm always looking for...
It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Like sitting in an airport and like, I like flying, I like traveling, but I'm sitting in like I'm like sitting in LAX and I'm like, I hope that I fucking get on this plane.
Yeah.
And like, I hope that we all get home. Like...
Oh, yeah.
And like, security checkpoints are crazy at airports. Like, there's not really any way that you could get a weapon through at this point. Like, there's not really a way for people to do it anymore because they've really tightened up so much. But like, there's still just that.
But outside in the traffic, like there's always places for it to happen, and I
constantly terrified of that.
I mean, knock on wood 1,000 times that no one I know or me myself will ever be in this situation. I hope no one ever is.
No, it's something that shouldn't happen.
But it does happen. It will happen again. But
yeah.
I don't know. I like, even in the middle of class, which is not like a weird sentence to say because school shootings are common here
all the fucking time.
But like, I'm in class and I sit in the back row, not because I don't want to participate, just because I need more time to get the fuck out this window, or I need more time to register with the situation. I feel like and in no way I'm like negating like what they go through, obviously, but like, I feel like every room I'm in now, or every like scenario I'm in, I think like I'm a past victim of like a mass shooting. Like, I feel like it's gonna strike again. Like, I've been in it before. I don't know what the fuck it's like.
It's another matter of like, we see it all the time.
Yeah,
it's so common now that it almost feels like all of us have gone through it because. But now it also makes us half desensitized to it, where now when we see it in the news, we're like, yep, happened again.
I'll scroll past it sometimes. I'll be like 15 people dead, and I'll like scroll, and I go, wait, and I'll like go back, I go, what? And like part of me reads it, and I'm like, all right, keep going, and I'm like, wait, no.
It took really like 2 or 3 tries for me to see how big Parkland was.
Parkland was big. In Vegas, I'm thinking like, if I'm at a concert, can I get under the stage? Is the stage solid? I go like, what? I'm like, can I like get behind the barricade? I'm like, what can I?
Outdoor festivals in public like that's one that I'll probably avoid forever. Like, knowing what happened there.
Nigel's in Vegas right now.
Oh,
and he's like sending me like Snapchats and videos and stuff. He's having
like, dog, will you get under something?
Yeah, he's like having the time of his life. But he like sent me a picture of like a poster on a hotel. I go, that looks like the fucking hotel. I was like, dude,
go inside.
I'm so nervous for him. And like, thankfully, it didn't happen when he was there. But I was like, fucking Christ. I was like,
It's just one of those things that really feels like it could happen at any moment at this point.
Yeah.
And it's so scary because like, that's just the way that things are right now. Like, but it's fucking terrifying.
I think I don't believe that we're the only ones who think like that. Like, of like, this could happen, so I need a plan. So I'm hoping the more people who do have a plan, the less like casualties will happen when it happens.
Well, and hopefully,
but a bullet is faster than I run. So
hopefully the government helps us out too.
Yeah, not in this term. It's gonna be the next one. But
fingers crossed. Fuck, y'all better go vote. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a November. That's an October episode, so it's out in time.
Yeah, well,
but
not even
next year.
Yeah, next year. It's like episode 100. Fuck.
What else you got?
That's it that I have on my list. I wanted to say one more thing.
Yes.
For my local Atlanta folks, the camp that I've been doing, by the time this episode goes live on Saturday, we'll be about to go into like our like tech and show week. Mm-hmm. So if you are a fan of children doing theater, if you are a fan of the Addams Family, if you're a fan of children doing the Addams Family, we're doing the Addams Family at Theatrical Outfit on Friday the 25th. Friday the 26th.
Yeah.
Friday the 26th at 7 and Saturday the 27th at 2 and 7. It's a short ass play because it's the kids version, and I'm not in it on stage. I'm like crewing for it. But just if you don't have anything else to do and like are like, oh, I'll be there, and the kids are working hard, and it's they're a lot of fun, and just something to do. I think it's cheap. I don't fucking know. But just throwing it out there that we'll be doing that. And I'm excited for them. They're good kids. Even if they exhaust me. But yeah they're cool. But anything else that you have there?
I want to go in on this movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I almost forgot. Okay.
Yeah. Let me pull it up. I want to get the actors' names right.
Sure, yeah.
All right. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
So you saw, what is it called?
I saw a movie called Midsummer.
So everyone's been talking about this movie.
I saw, and I feel so bad for bashing it, but I don't, because Sydney got off work early the next day. I saw the trailer on Twitter, and I mumbled to myself oh, this looks good. I would like to see it. And Sydney heard it and was like, I'll buy tickets. You know, like, she wanted to treat us.
She loves.
So shout out to my fiance for just being sweet. But I wish we saved the money so I could go see The Lion King on Friday. But,
Sure.
But so we go see Midsummer. It has Florence Pugh, who's Danny, the girlfriend. She's a main.
Okay.
Will Poulter, who I'm a big fan of. Eyebrows from We're the Millers and Maze Runner.
Yeah. You guys are getting paid?
Yeah. Will Poulter, he's like my dude. I like him.
Okay.
William Jackson Harper, who I never saw Get Out, but I thought he was the guy from Get Out.
Okay.
So I was wrong. I checked that like mid-episode of this.
Okay.
To make sure I didn't screw that up. And then Jack Rayner. So of those people, I've heard of one guy.
Okay.
And it was Will Poulter. But those are the 4 people. There's also another guy, but forget him.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's about how one guy is doing a thesis on midsummer traditions in like Europe.
Okay.
You know, and he like has planned. He's like doing his doctoral thesis, so he's going over there to do. They have a friend who lives in America who's like bringing them to Sweden for the midsummer, and so they're all getting ready to go. Danny and Christian, they are dating. They're in a very toxic relationship.
Okay.
Because Christian wants out of it, and Danny just is like stage 5 clinger.
Okay.
But the movie opens up with Danny being terrified because her sister sent her a really scary email. Like, I'm done. Mom and Dad are coming with me. Goodbye. Like, you know, like a suicide email.
Great.
And they talk about it, how like Christian's like, she does this every week for attention. Like, she like, it's never real. Like, you gotta like stop aiding it, because the more you aid it, the more she'll do it.
So they're ignoring it, which of course is going to lead to...
She kills herself and her parents.
Sure.
She starts the cars in the garage and tapes tubes of the exhaust pipes and takes them through the house, into the room, stuff like that.
Naturally, as you do.
It's a very gory, disturbing scene. And it's pretty early. It's like 10-15 minutes into the movie. Jesus. So that's when I'm like, this movie's gonna fucking rock.
Sure.
Because anything disturbing like that, I'm on board.
Little do you know.
If you want to watch a good portion of this movie, watch the trailer. It's the best part of this movie. The minute and a half is the best part. There's a minute and a half of action, and it's all in the fucking trailer. Out of the 2.5 hours this movie was. So eventually, it was supposed to be a guy's trip, because Will, Eyebrows, his name is Mark. He does not like Danny. He doesn't like the girlfriend because Christian wants out, and he's just not getting out of it, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, dude, leave her. But they invited Danny anyway, because obviously her family just fucking died. She needs, to get away. So they go to this Midsummer Fest, where all they're doing is getting high. And every time they get high, they complain about the trip. So that's repetitive. It happens every 30 minutes, where they just like, they're drinking like piss filled with like shrooms. And they're drinking all this weird shit. They're taking shit. And every time one of the Midsummer Festival people hands them a drink, they go, "What's this?" And they go, "It's something special." And they go, "Ugh, don't." And then they drink it, and then they complain. Like, it's for 2.5 hours of that.
That's fucking boring.
They have like a room where like people sleep in from the time they're born to the time they're 36, and then they graduate from that house and they move to a different house.
Okay.
And then they die when they're 72.
Okay.
By killing themselves.
Of course.
By jumping off a giant cliff, shout out to us, and landing face first onto a rock in front of everybody.
Okay.
So obviously everyone at the Midsummer Festival who's fucking crazy is like, yeah, they're cheering because they've all accepted that's what they have to do.
Okay.
So no one's like getting affected. The American people are, obviously.
Yeah, because they're like, what the fuck?
The movie was the only positive to this movie was that the gory special effects were on point.
Okay.
They did it so fucking well, but a negative that comes with that is that they did it for no reason. like it was to the point where like it was the suicide scene was gory. Like this lady jumps, she falls face first on a rock, and then I'm like, all right, that's it, right? Nope. They do a slow-mo of her body coming up and her face completely gassed open, her ribs coming out, like a slow-mo of it, just so they can be like, look what we can do with our effects.
What the fuck?
The guy jumps. There's 2 people who kill themselves. The guy jumps off. He doesn't land on his head because he's an idiot. He lands on his feet, breaks his fucking leg in half.
Great.
And then he's laying there in pain. So they come with a giant mallet and bash his skull in 4 times. And they show you every single time.
Of course.
So it's just like we get it. They're dead. They killed themselves. Let's move on. There was no trigger warning to like the whole suicide thing.
Great.
I'm kind of past the whole like if I see suicide in a movie, I don't usually like it doesn't usually bother me.
But there are plenty of people.
But there are people.
Right.
There was a scene right before they killed themselves where they both stuck their hands out and they like cut their hand across. And I'm like, all right, I'm like, it's the hand, so I'm okay. But if it was a little higher on the wrist, that's when I probably would have been like,
It just still gives you like the creepy crawlies though.
Yeah. Like, if it was on the wrist, that's when I probably would have been a little more triggered.
Of course.
You know, going through all that.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad it was the hand. But, and then literally, so all that stuff happens between the murders and the suicide stuff. That's maybe 45 minutes into the movie. The next hour and 30 minutes, whatever that math is just dead silence. Of people just like, the Americans just looking around at each other and be like, we just did that shit. Then, Eyebrows, Mark, I love Will Poulter. I loved him in Maze Runner. I loved him in We're the Millers. I'm so upset that he got, like, downgraded to this character. All his character has is, like, one-liners, like, off-screen.
Great.
Like, they're, like, you know, they're talking and stuff, and you just hear him go, like, I have to piss. Like, that's all he is, like, the entire movie. He doesn't have
waste.
He doesn't have any fucking, like, real... His biggest thing was that he had to... so after they kill themselves, they cremate them.
Uh-huh.
Then they get their ashes and they pour it on a tree. It's like the ancestral tree of everyone who dies.
Okay.
He's like, I have to pee. He goes and he pees on the fucking tree, of course.
That's hilarious.
So they kill him.
Oh, okay.
They don't show you kill him. All they say is, hey, come with us. He goes, all right. And he walks away. And you never fucking see him again. You see him for like 3 seconds later because he's like a zombie sewn into another body.
What in the fuck?
Anyway, the guy who's doing his thesis, he's like, can I take a picture of like your scripture? He says no. And they're like, no. He goes, okay. He wakes up in the middle of the night, takes a picture. They catch him, bash him over the head with a hammer, kill him. You never see him again. There's a lot of plot lines. None of them are finished.
Oh. Terrible.
Hands down, another good thing about this movie. It's not even good. Hands down, the funniest sex scene I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
Christian is having sex with his... so the guy who lives in America with them, his sister, is like part of the Midsummer Festival, obviously. She's part of the family. She's been flirting with him the entire time, like putting her pubic hair in his pie.
Okay.
That's a big thing, pubic hair. That's why my spoilers with no context, there was a guy shaving his nuts.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Anyway, so he's fucking her, right? He's having sex with her in a barn, surrounded by naked women who every time she moans, they sing. So it's like,
what the fuck?
And a fat naked lady comes down behind Christian and starts pushing his ass into her harder. And so so she's moaning louder, so they're singing in sync louder. It was me, Sydney, and 2 other people in the theater.
Just cackling.
It was reserved seats. So it was literally we sat directly behind them.
Oh, shit.
And me and her were losing our shit, and they were taking it so seriously. They were like, wow. Me and Sydney were like, oh my God. And so, after they described post-nut syndrome perfectly, because as soon as he came, he like looked around and goes, what the fuck? And he got up and left. And he runs around naked. You see his dick and balls.
Great.
He runs around. He runs into a barn and he turns around. And it's it's a guy from England. A guy from England and his girlfriend are also there. They were like the 6 outsiders. Because the festival's 9 days. They need 9 sacrifices. So the 6 outsiders, and then the 2 people who killed themselves, whatnot.
This is
It's the worst movie I've ever seen.
So-
He turns around. The guy from England is like in a skydiving pose with his back split open and his lungs out with flowers sewn into his eyes, and his lungs are still working, so he's still alive. He's just like petrified with like pain, I guess. He doesn't move. He's breathing still. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Then Christian turns around. The lead guy of the Midsummer Fest blows dust in his face, and then he falls down. You see them dissecting a bear. They put him into the bear, and then they set the bear on fire.
I don't get this. This is stupid.
All right. So instead of me just explaining the plot, here is my 30-second review. The review. Midsummer should be embarrassed that they let that shit out of the editing room. It was the worst abomination of a movie. I'm so upset. I wasted $12 of my fucking hard-earned money. They should be not only the actors, but the director, the producers, the editors. Everyone should be ashamed of the work that they let out of that. They should be embarrassed of themselves for not only that movie, but for the rest of their lives. I don't care if they win an Oscar. You were a disappointment to not only me, but the acting community.
Damn.
And I'm not even in theater.
Damn.
And I'm ashamed that I even looked into this movie. Fuck you, Midsummer.
Wow.
I'm good.
You're like the only person that I've heard shit on this movie too. Like,
I hate this
everybody
movie.
seems to think it was so good.
I hate this movie. We have a gay guy at our school named Joel. He on his Snapchat story, he goes, just saw Midsummer, immediately came home to read my Bible. And I was like, shit, if Joel's like in on it, because Joel's pretty good with like scary shit. I go, if Joel's like that, I'm fucking ready.
Yeah, just bad.
I'm like sweating out of anger.
Yeah.
Dude, this movie was awful.
Damn. That's crazy.
Awful.
I mean, fuck. Okay. Well, shit. Don't go see Midsummer then.
I got angry.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, Cassie said she wanted to see it, but it sounds to me like we're not going to go do that.
No.
I'll go watch something else instead.
No.
Fuck. All right. You good? You got it all out?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Fuck that movie.
Jeez. Okay. Fuck. All right. Well, this is episode 12. We're a dozen episodes in now.
I'm a dozen.
Dozen, baby. Fuck. That's cool.
Hope you enjoyed the midweek. Let us know if we should do that more.
Yeah. So if
We'll post on Instagram story and let them know. But
yeah, but if you like the 2 weeks, let us know and we'll see about doing that more often. Yeah. It was easy this week because there was a lot to discuss.
And I don't know if we said that after the last episode or we said it in the last episode, but like we record these on like a Sunday and then we upload them on Saturday. So there's a whole week of shit that happens that we just have to wait. And by the time we wait for the next episode, it's just outdated.
Yeah.
So the midweeks will be full of like fresh content.
Right.
So that's why we're a fan of it. But let us know if you are. Obviously.
Yeah, because if it's gonna actually make people listen less, then that's not gonna make sense. But if it'll keep you entertained and it'll give you more shit, I know there's a couple of people that'll be excited about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know if you like that, and fucking somebody will let us know what their favorite horror movie is, or if they like. Let us know if you liked Midsummer if you saw it, and well, let me know.
Let Jared know.
Let me know, because if you tell Dante you liked it, he'll fucking beat you up. He will beat you up.
Oh my god. And like we talked, I have the capacity.
We have those thoughts. So if you say it, he'll go, I could beat your fucking ass right now.
No, I wouldn't. But no, I would like to beat your opinion up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Not your person, but your opinion.
Cool. Fuck. All right. 12 episodes in the books. And we'll be back at it again next week. Fuck yeah. All right. Thanks for jumping off the cliff with us.
Fuck you, Midsummer, but take care of yourselves.